It's lunchtime, and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from Studio A in the heart of Delray Gallery, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free at 888-565-1470 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
And there you have it.
Just turn it all the way down. Welcome. Huh? What?
Old times is what I love about this.
That is what you call ouch. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe. Listen, there's a lot of stuff going on around us.
Yes.
So you're going to hear noise, you're going to hear hammers, you're going to hear all sorts of stuff. I'm hearing me like so loud. It's hot. We got Jackie's going to be walking the studio to different things going on. We invite you to come on down if you want to join the craziness.
It's not craziness. This
Oh, no,
is
this
just
is
magical
craziness.
abundance is
No.
what this is. We've been here since 8:45 this morning.
And we've been in meetings ever since.
Right.
And the funny thing about today is that we have hooked up our Spanish intern, Mr. El Producer, is in over there.
Wait till we get our Spanish intern.
And he's a-
retired from corporate America and is now interning for us.
And he's a DJ. So all the music you're hearing piping in, we're figuring out how to make this whole thing happen. And then Barry came in, who used to do
My Delicious Deli.
Darling, and he wants us to do an opera piece on January 14th. And so we're going to do opera in the park. So he's going to turn that beautiful bay into a Central Park theme.
Wow.
I could be a mugger for all I know. Who knows?
You probably will be.
Probably a guy in a basket. So January 14th, come on down, 12 to 2. We're going to have opera for 2 hours.
Awesome.
Maybe we'll serve a little tea with the finger out there.
Some champagne. We got a lot going on. What we can do in a day, I can't even imagine
I
if we
need
were
a
still
nap.
at the old
I am
space.
so exhausted.
I can't even imagine if we were at a different space right now because we have filled every inch of this place
I
already.
grab everybody around me. I grab my son. And Freddie's here today. I grabbed him and says, go fix that camera. Go move this. Go move that.
We've got 3 cameras going. We've got 2 studios, some new mics. We've got some old friends that haven't been here in a while. We've got Chef with us and Leslie Carmen, our new neighbor, and Dr. J. And we've got some new friends. We've got Nicole. How do you pronounce your last name?
Michal.
Michal.
Good luck with that.
I knew you would have kept that one.
I can't speak
What happened to
Spanish.
Smith? What happened to
It's like
Smith?
Hebrew from Michael.
You speak Spanish?
Exactly. No, I said I can't. So I can't pronounce your name. You can't pronounce
Israeli?
mine. I am Israeli also, in addition to being American. American and Israeli.
She's
I met her on Sunday, and she just moved to Boca from Miami.
Yep.
And I said, come on by, and she fits right into our wellness, yoga, meditation, creating miracles community. And
Look
we've
at
got,
them
I
here.
said, I've got so many people to introduce you to. Come on up, and here we are.
Now, before we do all that, we got
Chef
Jack.
brought you lunch, by the way.
You brought me lunch.
She
We
brought
didn't have
soup.
time to do food. Well, we'll get you a mic. We got a chef a mic. We got Jackie Birch over in there, and she's going to be the roving reporter. What do you got cooking in front of you? What do you got over there? Some lights going up around you?
What do you have going over there?
Is a decorative Friday at the Brooklyn Cafe. I'm like sitting here, I'm trying to think of how to describe it. I was decorating today for the holidays. Now we're getting chandeliers put up. I'm watching the guy. He is hard at work.
Wow.
He is high up on that ladder, and I'm
Can I
getting...
tell you how I met him? And those
Please.
who know me will understand this story because only you understand and all of my friends here will understand how things happen. The other day I said we needed flowers and here I wanted to give our neighbors some flowers. They've been so great they let us share their Comcast. In walks a man with a poinsettia truck. Hence the poinsettia. So they got flowers. Yesterday I said I really need an electrician to hang the lights. We leave our shoot and I needed lunch because I had a headache. So we go to our friends at Foxworth Fountain. And there's this gentleman and his wife leaving the pharmacy with a sign on his truck that he's a general contractor, electrician, lighting, and painting. I look at him and I said, do you want to do some work? And he must have thought we were crazy because he walks in with his hat. I walk in all after a shoot. He gives us his card and they went, are you serious? So yeah, coming up. So he came today. He went to Home Depot, rented a ladder. He's hanging some lights.
He's hanging
It's
lights.
so funny.
And this is exactly how it keeps rolling in this place.
That is so
Leslie, the amount of magic that we can create here is so unbelievable. Teddy, you are. I don't even have words to describe what Teddy does.
And it's funny because I couldn't get the camera to start, that camera. And I said, Teddy, can you make it work? She says, yeah. And
I
she
should have
whoop.
called you Tuesday night. Gio and I were on the phone until after 7,
I
changing
think-
wires, digging through boxes, figuring out what it was, and you figured it out like nothing.
Now, let me also add to the story, because Dawn left the most important aspect of this thing. This gentleman is, well, it's mine. This gentleman came in to hang the lights, and his wife is with him. And today is a health segment. We're going to be doing some health and stuff like that as well, mentally as well as physically. And unfortunately, the lady had breast cancer. And she was diagnosed 6 months ago, and they've done the operation. She's in chemo. So he stopped working. He's a general contractor. He stopped. Just stopped working to take care of his wife. And things have gotten tough. So you talk about, you could pick 100,000 people and say, listen, you do electrical. Of all the people in the world,
You put it out to the universe and
And
it
I
comes
tapped
back.
and said,
and you said,
join
come
our
on.
family.
And she's having lunch right now. She's going to come and join us. But it just goes to show you family never closes. It just opens and keeps going. So that was interesting. It's been an interesting 24 hours. But anyway, so I want you to go into the bay, into the theater. We don't even know the stupid name of this place yet. What is the name of that? I'm
They don't
thinking
know.
this is Brooklyn.
Brooklyn Hall. How about the Brooklyn
This is
Hall?
the borough of Brooklyn. Across the way is the Bronx, because you got to have the Bronx.
because that across the way looks
about
like the Bronx.
Dumbo?
So like,
And
yeah.
then we call that
Dumbo.
we call that Manhattan.
You know Dumbo in Brooklyn?
No, I know Dumbo. My
What is Dumbo in Brooklyn?
With
It's
the
right
ears.
over the Brooklyn Bridge. There's a park called Dumbo.
oh yes,
Yeah.
Park Dumbo.
I'm thinking of Dumbo with the ears. I'm thinking,
Me too.
Jackie, I love you, but where are you going with this?
But we could call that Manhattan, and then
Central
Brooklyn.
Park.
Yeah, Central Park. It's
Central
perfect.
Park.
Yes.
Central Park.
Are we doing a concert in the park?
Yes.
Central
Or
Park.
we could call it whatever you want. But Jackie, I want you to go say hi to.
She's yawning.
I know. when you wake up,
I'm
go,
awake.
when you go to say hi to our DJ over there.
You have your mark on the camera.
Also,
He's right here.
he's right here. We gotta give our DJ a name.
He has a name.
I know he does. He needs another name.
What are we calling you? DJ?
What do we call you? DJ.
Fercho.
You call me Fercho, you can call me Fernando. Just keep it clean.
What's DJ? So what is your DJ handle?
Fercho.
Did he just fall?
No.
What, not you.
That's an applause.
What is? You told me cheapo.
Huh?
Chispa.
Hola,
Chispa.
chispa. What happens is that many times when you go to a party as a DJ, you have to bring live.
we
So,
go.
in
Here
order
it
for you to have live, you have to have a chispa. The chispa is what gives fire. And I'm in the right place. I'm with el fuego. La chispa del fuego es Fercho.
You know what a chispa is?
Oh, wow.
You know how you have flint and you spark? They call him DJ
You know,
Spark.
and you asked me a question about 20 minutes ago. You says, your wife must be laughing. You know what? She's calling me a Sparky now.
You're
Hello,
Sparky.
Sparky.
We're gonna call him Sparky.
I had a cat called Sparky.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, I know what happened to him.
What do we have
anyway-
set up in the other room?
Excuse me, we are ready to go.
All right.
So we are dancing.
DJ
we're
Get
warming
into
Sparky.
up.
Studio 3 then.
So what we'll do is we'll cut to 3 on a rejoining. We get 40 seconds to let him take us out when we go, and let him play music. When we come back, he'll rejoin it again.
Right, so
And then
we're
we'll
ready to
go.
dance. So.
We have to go over and
One, two,
dance.
three, four.
And I guess they're going to go dance. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Some
It's
dancing.
Friday. It's Friday. Our body knows it. So.
what do we call Friday in Spanish?
Viernes.
Social.
Es viernes social. Así es.
Social Friday.
Yeah. It's
If you ain't drunk by 6 o'clock,
Six?
you bet by 6.
must be
You
5
better,
o'clock somewhere. So we have an hour.
Exactly.
We got a bottle of champagne from Dr. J. We might have to be breaking that one open.
Absolutely. That's
This
for
must
everyone
be a big day
here.
because we've got Dr. J in the house. Leslie, you guys are always so busy, and we got you here both on
At the same day.
Yay.
you
Yes.
brought the luck, because this one, greased lightning.
It's
Ain't
like,
got nothing on this
wow.
one.
What is happening, Leslie? What do you got going on?
Where have you been?
Care.
We've got so many things going on. My goodness, like the summer was a little slow, and now December just sparked up. We've got people coming from all out of the state, and it's just really the word is spreading that we can make a big impact on somebody's life. You know, with this trigeminal neuralgia, with the endometriosis, and everybody that comes just leaves so much happier and so much better, and within that 21-day protocol that we do.
Well, let's backtrack, because it's been a while since you've been on
Yes.
set. For people who don't understand what Carmen Care Cell Rejuvenation Center is, right?
Yes,
You're
correct.
rebranding a little bit.
Yes, we're rebranding a little bit, absolutely. So what we do is we focus on illness or disease without diagnose, but what we do is treat people who have chronic illness and also severe pain. Obviously, we also do the acute, so we have athletes that come on in if they've been hurt, playing tennis or golf, and then we do very quick treatments, which maybe 4 or 5 treatments and you're feeling better. And then, as I said, the very, very severe ill, we have this 21-day protocol that we put together, and it just really works.
And people were trying to describe the lasers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a laser like you think laser hair removal. It's
Right.
not laser that you use for facials. It doesn't burn your skin.
Not at all.
So let's just talk about the lasers.
Sure. So I always like to compare it with water. So water is healing, but if you take that water and you put it through a pressure cleaner, it's actually could cut off your toe. And that's how the laser works that we use as well. The laser that you're referring to where it can burn, that's that powerful laser that could burn your skin. But what we compare ourselves to is like if you take that water and put it through a watering can, and you can give water to a flower, it's actually nourishing. And that's how our laser is as well. That energy is delivered at such a gentle speed and such, so gently that it will never cut or burn. It's actually nourishing the cells the same way that the water would in the watering can.
Because you don't feel it at all.
You don't. You feel a little bit of heat with the class 4 one that we use. There's a heat component, so it's very soothing, very relaxing. Most of our patients fall asleep. They think it's so beautiful, and our place is built so that it really relaxes you. We have everything blue lights. We have these beautiful Himalayan salt balls now that you hold as you're getting treated, and that kind of relaxes you as well. So it's an experience of healing within as well.
It's amazing. You used to go for your legs. I went for some stomach things because I think when we're under stress and anxiety, and we'll talk about that also, your weakest point seems everything to settle. Mine settles in my stomach. I don't know if you have a weaker point where things settle as you're playing
My
with
brain.
cowbells. Okay, seriously, this is my grown partner playing with cowbells on the set.
I'm not playing
How
with.
old are you?
This is called fan participation. I want you to hand everybody a cowbell. Oh, you see, they say I don't like it. I don't. They might
You're
keep.
12. He's like,
Fan
"Son,
participation. How adorable.
this is your
So
father."
when we
getting ready to play with your baby.
you want one or not?
Sounds good.
So when somebody says something spectacular, everybody ring their cowbell. See? Okay?
It's
And
really
back
good.
to the music.
And we're back to the music. But that's what happens, right? And the people come to you, but you do
Yep.
more than just acute pain, back pain and leg pain.
Right, so-
you work with really the whole thing with the roundup that's going on.
Right, that is huge. So Roundup. So we have patients that come in and they're older generation. They come in with a bad back or so. But then when I start talking to them and they say, I have a hard time breathing. Generally, I have a heart condition. I have all these things going on. And I start going back and saying, well, where did you work? What did you do? And so many patients come in. They say, well, I used to work in gardening and I used a lot of Roundup toxin. And unfortunately, that's just something that is, destroying our immune system. And so I've had people come in, they were like working in the chemical fields and around radiation, and that just all needs to be addressed, otherwise your body just can't heal.
And that's what people don't realize is we take in all these toxins, and I keep drinking water. Now, I'm so crazy that I can taste the differences in waters. And no, I should be not drinking out of plastic, so I've gotten the Kangen water, and I have my bottle over there on the floor. But you can actually taste the difference
But
in water and the
taking in
plastics.
water is great. It isn't the solution to the problem. Look what's happening right now. There's
Do you
an
know what's in some of the water? She's fine.
It just makes it worse.
She finds toxins.
Yeah.
Even oxycodone is in there, because when people
Oxycodone?
when you take the water, when you take the medication,
Exactly. Do you know?
Really, you still want to work
He
with
still
this
needs
man?
a lot of therapy.
Do you? Yes, I do.
We haven't even
And I will be the
begun.
first to admit that.
We have
do
not
you,
even begun.
But do you see what's happening right now with the outbreak of measles? Measles has become come back because all of a sudden people don't want to have, the injections, and they don't want to be immunized, and not your kids, and not this and that, because they want to be better doctors and doctors. And because it's been suppressed for so many years, people have stopped doing the things that they should be doing. Now, laser therapy, if it's done and you do it over and over again, now she does a lot of things. That's just one of the things she does. That syrup
right, that life force, it's unbelievable. It's
Nobody's gonna
amazing.
Are you
believe
still
this.
drinking it?
Of course, it should give me another bottle.
It's unbelievable. We give
Can't
that
you
to
tell?
all our patients. So much energy.
It lights you up. But
It
the
does.
funny thing is that all of a sudden, it does. There you go. Right? We need more cowbells. But the funny thing about all this is that people just don't get it.
They don't get it. You see, it's so important to understand that disease is a dis-ease, which means it's your body out of balance. It doesn't matter if you have this or this or this, it's just your body isn't able to heal. We are made to heal ourselves. Every 120 days we have a brand new set of red blood cells. Every 7 weeks we have a brand new liver. So our body is
I get a brand new
always-
liver?
You get a brand new
The hell's wrong with my liver? Don't work now.
It regenerates itself.
Does it?
Generate. Yeah, so literally every minute, imagine these numbers are kind of crazy, but 96 million cells die, and thank goodness 96 million cells regenerate. So we are a constant machine of regeneration, dying, regenerating, dying.
See, you have a second chance.
We all have a second chance, many chances.
But
Unbelievable.
even with all the cell rejuvenation and regeneration, people are still so sick.
Yes, and the reason why is like if your base is sick, you're making a photocopy of a bad photocopy of a bad photocopy. So that's where the laser comes in. That's where the supplements come in. So while you're regenerating, give some good to those cells, and then those cells will regenerate a little bit better.
Well, then
A
let
little
me
bit
ask
better,
you,
a little bit better.
young people like Jackie Birch over there, and Teddy, and Freddie to a certain degree, because he's getting old by the minute. Does the body change? Does it have a better opportunity when it's younger?
You know, that's a really good question. I would say the older people have just as good chance because I
Really?
have two examples. I always get a text from one of my patients. She was 97 years old and had trigeminal neuralgia for 35 years.
Oh my goodness.
Said she was done. She wanted to commit suicide. It was over. She had suffered for 35
And what is
years.
trigeminal
neuralgia is that pain that my daughter had, facial stabbing pain. It's called the suicide disease because it's so painful. People commit suicide over it.
Oh my God.
It's really terrible. So this woman had it. She was 97, had it for 35 years. So we did laser therapy on her, and she is now, I can say, completely healed since, 97, it's going to be 102, since 5 years. And we always get texts from her every Mother's Day,
She's
every
102?
Christmas. She's 102. So, number one, it
What are you looking at me? I'm not 102.
102
And she
is
looks
with a
amazing.
big pain.
I was
Yes.
thinking about you at 102.
That I need more cowbell on.
Wow.
But I mean, you know, that just shows basically that it doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter. It does not matter. It doesn't matter how many years you've suffered. If you can put energy back into the body and just regenerate, you're going to be able to
You should
heal.
bring Daisy in because she's going to want needs to hear all of this story.
Well, there are some people that unfortunately I've run across some patients that have cancer, and I'm not at liberty to discuss because she's you know I'm talking about this, but she has ovarian cancer, and they've given her 8 to 18 months to live. And it's funny you're here today because I tried to explain to her about your husband's story, and she walked away from me. Now, there are situations, I'm not saying cure, there are situations in this building right now, there are people who came back from the C word,
Yep.
and the engineer, the electrician's wife, again, these are people that they're not going to believe me, they will believe you because you're the guys that have that journey. So this is not just, I mean, we love having fun, trust me. I love having more fun than anybody else. But when it comes to your door, you got to do something about it. And that's what you do.
Yeah, what's really sad is when you have doctors that basically deal with people who have cancer, unfortunately, they do not tell them the most important thing. Eat, change the way you eat. Any kind of sugar will actually feed the cancer. Cancer lives off glucose.
What
off
types of sugar?
And well, you can eat fruit, but you want to try and stay away from that too. But specifically processed sugar, flour, all those things. When you
Bread.
have cancer, if you go on either water diet for about a month, you know, and also do green juices and things like that, and but listen, it's either die from cancer or get your body back
Or
to
die
life.
from eating green juices.
No, you can deal with it. It's
You
just
guys
a
like
little
green
bit.
juices?
I'm not into them.
You're not into
Not
health?
really?
You like you like
love
cheeseburgers?
Dr. G
Yeah, I love it.
You like
You love
cheeseburgers?
cheeseburgers?
No, I don't eat cheeseburgers.
What do you eat? All the green
I
stuff?
can do the green stuff and
Really?
like champagne and balance. Everything's about balance.
Exactly, it's about balance.
You like
That's
green?
all it
You like
is.
green champagne?
I love your earrings.
Thank you. Holiday time earrings.
But it's changing the food, and I'm glad Chef is back because I still have my food issues. Because I can't find anything that I like to eat that likes me.
I'm gonna have to take you out.
Okay.
Well, you know-
I'll feed
Exactly. You fed me well that
Well, you know,
day.
now that you got panels on in the building, I want to ask if you have a nervous stomach. I think it was called in the day. You know, nervous stomach means we don't really know. We really
It's in
don't.
my stomach.
We really don't know what it means. It's just a nervous stomach. You get pain. You wake up with pain. You didn't do anything, and you could have gone real well yesterday. And all of a sudden, you wake up with pain, anxiety, and you could tell. You know, they have that motion and commotion, but it goes all into the stomach,
Yeah.
right? Isn't the gut the problem? Diabetes is there.
You learn well.
Cancer is there.
Wow.
All
Look
of
how
that
far
stuff.
she's come, right?
So it doesn't, but it doesn't matter that you work out 5 days a
gut is
week
your
and you
first
look
brain.
like Queen Goddess. It's still the same.
So what you're saying, just like Carmen works on the body and all the things in there, it's mental and body, it's mind and body. So you could have pretty good health and eat healthy, but what's going on up here? Do you have a sick mind? Are you always negative? Are you always depressed? Are you always looking at the glass half empty? That's a huge part. And when you talk about stomach, sometimes you go to gastrointestinal doctor and they'll say there's really like
Nothing wrong.
And I have a lot of patients that come in and the doctors can't find any like medical physiological issue. It's mental, which eventually does create problems within the body.
And now you hypnotize people, don't
And
you?
I hypnotize people.
But I wanted to ask you, physically, if when you hypnotize somebody, you put them in a different state of mind, can you resolve ailments that you are conducing? There are people in this room who shall remain nameless.
But we'll point.
Ring your bell at him.
My fingers
I
are
have
crooked.
to do a hypnotherapy session with Dawn.
You have to. Absolutely.
When you do a past life regression, you ready for those answers?
That's why I handed out the bell.
How many times have you guys done this before? Past life regression?
Never.
How much karma are you guys working out? No,
Never.
past lives.
Oh, us?
I don't even know my
That's
president.
all of them here.
This is you guys, right? All this is, there's
I've
a
been
reason.
told.
That's a good point.
I've been
These pictures
told
are up
that
here.
I've had many lives.
Somebody
Yeah.
told me yesterday that there were 3 of us that have been together in many lives and many journeys through the desert.
I know who told you that, and I worry about it. I hope she's
Worry
not
about it?
watching you.
She probably is.
And I think I know who you is.
But the object of the game, the brain controls your body, right? I mean, everything we do in our body is to sustain your brain. Even your heart sustains your mind.
Not only the brain, the mind.
The mind.
In yoga, we separate out, between the brain and the mind. So it's like we in West think everything's the brain, it's the mind. And the mind has all this programming, past life programming, all
You do
these
past
thoughts.
life?
I don't do past life. No, I mean, karma. I don't work with past life, but karma, right? As a life coach or a yoga teacher or meditation, you're working out the karmas, the subtle thoughts, the repeating thoughts.
Are you tranquil?
Am I tranquil?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know.
You just met me.
I think you are.
Yeah, I mean, it's a balance, right? I work at it. I've gone through major transformations in the
That's
last
the part
6,
I
7
see.
years since I changed my diet. I've been doing yoga a long time, and then I learned about Ayurveda, which is like the sister science of yoga. And the Ayurvedic practitioner told me to change my diet, and she said no more raw food, cooked food, no more nightshades, no eggplant, tomatoes, potatoes, nothing heating. I was on fire, like sweating all the time, doing hot yoga, running, couldn't stop sweating. Fiery. I'm fiery also. And I changed. I don't know why. It was like one of those intuitions where you're like, oh, what she's saying makes total and complete sense. I'm going to do it. I totally changed my diet, and within months, like I'd had this rash on my neck and my skin. The rash went away. My stomach settled down. I didn't have gas anymore. Amazing.
So what do you eat?
Me? I eat cooked food. I'm a pescatarian, so I was a vegetarian for 6 years. I was getting tired, so I added fish back in. And I eat just cooked food, vegetables, rice, fish, salad, sometimes.
But wait a minute. She said raw food, no.
She said no raw food.
No raw
food.
Raw food means no food, no raw food, and no cooked food. I didn't think
No,
there was
I
anything
eat
in
cooked
between.
food.
Cooked food.
Or you eat
I
cooked
eat
food.
only cooked food. I mean, I eat a little salad, raw things
So no
sometimes. but-
sushi.
Sometimes, once in a while. It's not, Ayurveda is about balance, so it's not like the only thing I really cut out entirely was like eggplants and like heating foods like tomatoes for a while, unless they're like cooked tomatoes or things like that.
So you were very hyper at one time.
I was very fiery.
Fiery though.
What's fire with me?
I don't know, hyper, but
Passionate.
anxious, sweating,
Oh my God.
moving, yeah. Yeah.
Chef, it goes back to the whole food thing. I'm so glad you're here because I'm really running out of options again. Especially I haven't found any good options. I'm glad you're back. I know she's back when she starts texting me. And when the text sends me meditation.
Chef, she doesn't eat enough protein. I'm sorry, she doesn't eat enough protein.
I just don't cook is the issue.
Salmon's like the easiest thing to make. 10 minutes in the toaster oven.
I think it's because she's too stressed. I think it's because she lives too much in her head and she loses her appetite and she doesn't.
Well, you're a
eat.
shrink. You would say that.
But it's
yes,
the truth.
you're right.
I'm telling you.
That's some of it.
That's why I'm going to do hypno on you because it taps into the subconscious.
Oh man, they're gonna.
Imagine.
Oh, everybody take a piece. But the bottom line here is that she doesn't eat enough protein. I watched Dawn and I said to her, you don't eat enough protein. You don't. You eat a lot of greens. And you'll eat a pickle, but you won't eat turkey.
I eat the turkey. I don't eat the
No,
bacon.
I had to force you to eat it.
Yeah.
And then she thinks that a quarter of a sandwich is a dinner. Can't do that. You got to eat.
Well, now I've got my sense of healers here. I've got a state of
Now it's your
healer.
turn.
You know the State of Tara? Wasn't that a TV show? The Mind of Tara, or something like the State of Tara. The State of Dawn's eating habits. But you know, there's a lot of people that have all these health issues. And the holidays are a really, really stressful time of year. And you've got family and food and alcohol and stress. It's like the perfect storm. And it should really be the perfect holiday, but very rarely is it the perfect holiday. It's more likely to be the perfect storm of sickness, and people are getting colds and flus and all kinds of things.
Now, Chef, you're vegan, right? You're still vegan?
Plant-based.
Plant-based.
Is it different? Vegan is vegan.
I actually just started eating salmon again. So it's like once a month.
Get that closer because
once a
I'm gonna
month I would have salmon, but I have to cook it at home myself.
Oh, so you're not having salmon?
Yes.
You
once
didn't
a
have
month.
salmon before, Chef?
No.
You threw me a curveball. You said,
Well, I said I just started. So
it's like me, just a
once-
little vegan. I do
well,
once
like
a vegan a
yeah.
month. I'm vegan once a month.
Because
One
of,
day a
because
month.
of because
One day a
of
month.
anemia.
Hey, take
Or
it
a
easy there,
portion of your
fiery.
meal.
We all started somewhere, right?
No, I think it's great. It's about finding what works for your body. You know, I was vegetarian for a lot of years. Then I was getting tired. I added in salmon, and you have to find what
There
works.
was a great book years ago, and the name escapes me, but it was, I think the book is called Eating for Your Own Blood Type. Did anyone hear that?
I saw that.
I had patients that went on that and read the book, and it changed their whole lives. It made them very healthy again. There was a woman that because of her blood type, she was not supposed to eat chicken, and she eliminated chicken, and she had no more fatigue. She had no more mood swings. It was incredible how it changed her just by eating for your own blood type. It really changes your functioning.
I need to find a food. Well, I have my food person in front of me. I think I need to hire a chef to cook again.
I think you have to learn how to eat, though.
Because you know what happened?
I love this.
Chef did Thanksgiving for us last year. It was the most spectacular Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow.
Everyone says, where is Chef this year? Why is she not doing Thanksgiving? What is she doing? You were working. But what an amazing meal you put together.
Thank you. Yeah, I was working. I have 2 clients back to back on last Thursday for Thanksgiving.
Wow.
So then I came
Do you do
home.
Christmas dinners and all that too?
I do, but I'm gonna be away for Christmas.
Well, it's going to be very difficult. Your arms don't go out that far. I love this because 3 years ago, you used to tell me you can't eat that way. Remember? Now it's my turn. See, life has this so circle.
Karma.
You got to learn how to eat.
I do need to learn
I think
how
you
to
need a coach to take you to the
I
supermarket,
think you're right.
and you got to learn how to buy water. Remember that?
You gotta learn how to buy food.
That's what this is what they did to me. And they told me
Oh,
you
I didn't
can't.
know that.
Yeah, you have to buy water in glass.
Is that videotaped?
No,
Is that on video?
my son thought I was surrounding my
You were
Gio
with
thought I was
Gio?
I
crazy.
thought you would have done that as a show and done.
No, they were actually serious. They changed how I ate. They changed what I eat, how many times a day. They were timing me.
But didn't you lose an
68 pounds. Yeah.
Wow.
That's huge.
I lost a lot of weight, and my blood sugar was enormous, and it came down. No more jelly donuts, even though.
You said
Once
you
in a
want jelly
while.
donuts.
Even though Jupiter Donuts is around the corner.
And he wants to work with us. What am I got, as part of the show, I got to have at least a half a
You
donut.
said it was the best jelly donut you've ever had.
Because I don't have them anymore. I don't need that. I had to cut all that. We had to get the ketchup out of my life. I used to put ketchup on everything.
Oh,
I
yeah,
put ketchup on
ketchup.
this rock and eat it if I could. Yes, but they sell a different type now. It's very expensive. There's no sugar in it,
it's
allegedly.
sugar-free ketchup. Someone in my office bought it
Really?
the other day.
It's-
Yes, and it
yeah.
tastes like
Have you seen
exactly
it?
like ketchup.
I haven't
No
seen it
sugar
yet.
I'll show it to you.
whatsoever.
My son sent it to me
All right,
in the
we're gonna have a
mail.
commercial break. When we come back, we're going to
Now I'm
continue our
hungry.
conversation.
Need a
Me too.
donut.
I
Jupiter Donuts,
Good
bring it.
donuts.
Come back with all her donuts.
You see, this is what I mean. Eating a cracker. You got to eat a sandwich.
Chef brought lentil soup too.
So you're going to eat that. Put protein in
We're
it.
going to go to a quick commercial break.
Hold on.
Back.
Not yet. Go to the music and turn the mic on because we're gonna fade out to
We're going to take
you.
you out with our new DJ sound system, the Spark.
DJ Spark.
DJ Sparky's in the house.
Sparkies?
Sparky?
I
The
can't
Spark?
pronounce. I can't say Sparkies.
The Spark?
DJ Spark.
DJ Spark is in the house.
Sparky.
Okay, we've got Leslie Carmen from Carmen Care Cell Rejuvenation, Dr. J, we've got Chef Z, and Nicole Michael is with us. We're doing health and wellness, and apparently we're going to get me back on track with some food.
That's right. It's about time.
It's Friday and
Is
we
ready
feel
to
like
rock
we are
and
in
roll?
Copacabana
Dimitri, give him
dancing
the
for
thumbs
Friday
up.
for the weekend
talking.
resort. That's what we are doing. So we are enjoying the weekend. It's Friday and we know it. We are dancing. We are having a lot of laughter and we have the fantastic guests telling us what to do and what not to do. But dance, 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 party, 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 party.
She was a showgirl, but that was 30 years ago when they used to have a show. Now it's a disco, but now
That's CAFE 280800. If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
Hi, my name is Leslie Carmen, and I'm the founder from Carmen Care Laser here in Boca Raton. We've done so many treatments. We've treated people with severe back pain, knee pain. If your pain has been there for so many years, often we just have a tendency to just believe that we're not going to get better.
I had a bad injury with my knee, my left knee, and it is amazing after just 3 treatments. And even after the first treatment, I could tell a huge difference.
We'd love to invite you to come see us and be a part of that. Thank you.
I forgot to tell you guys, when we go to commercial break, we're supposed to play your bell.
You need more cowbell.
And we're back.
And we are back at the Brooklyn Cafe live on this Funky Fun Friday is all I can tell you. Freddie, just keep a look out there. We got Freddie and Freddie on Friday, and I said, how's it going out there? He says, just stay in here, because my shrink is here, so I'm good.
You're going to need
If
a
I go
shrink.
into a full panic attack,
I
got Dr. J's got me covered.
Now, there's going to be some noise because he's cutting a piece of pipe up on the ceiling.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So you're going to hear a little noise. If it gets real loud, we just go to commercial and come back.
Yeah.
No big deal.
And we're good. So before Leslie goes, I want to make sure we touch a little bit more space on what's going on, what you're offering for the holidays.
Yep, well, we have a migraine special, so anybody who is suffering with migraine headaches, just please give us a call. And with that, normally to get rid of your migraine completely, we have a certain treatment that we do, and that's normally $1,000. So we're doing it for $500, half price, just to really show people that we can absolutely
What kind
help.
of treatment is it?
It's laser detoxing, so it's desensitizing you from certain things that you might have, like an environmental toxin that's out there. So basically, some people could have a reaction to sulfur or to metals, different things like that. So we desensitize you from it, and then your headache goes away.
And then we were talking before we went to break about it being food sensitivities.
It could be absolutely food sensitivities, sugar, oils, fats, different things like that. So we just detox.
Nothing fun. I mean, nothing unhealthy.
Captain's in the house.
No.
Welcome back, Captain. How you doing?
Captain, how you feeling? Come sit over here. You can walk across. Don't worry about it. Now, I got a question. Being that this is a medical segment, some of the people that we did a show a couple of weeks ago that was just unbelievable, and I took it to the radio station to repeat it.
Oh, the one you did at Leslie's.
Unbelievable, some of the people you have surrounded. I would like to do, like January 14th, we're doing a theme here, Opera in the Park. I would like to do a medical deal.
Yeah, I can get all the people that are in our community, and everybody come in with their
I want to go to
specialties.
all the clinics, Cleveland Clinic and all the other clinics. If you're sick, I want you to come down here and see if they can figure out, a way, a solution or an option.
Right.
And bring in all these things. And I gotta tell you something, that stuff you gave me lights me up. I could work 24 hours.
It's amazing,
Do
right?
you
At
ever
2
stop?
Never.
What is it?
It's called Life Force, and it's adaptogens, and it has just lots of vitamins and supplements in it. And what it does is just really gets you out of that lull, so that when you need energy at 2 o'clock, I usually crash, and then I'll take a sip of that, and wow, within 5 minutes, I'm just ready to.
Oh,
rock
I
and
need
roll
that.
again. Yes,
I
it's
need that in my
fabulous. It
practice
tastes
because
really
I
good.
just sit and drink coffee. Although the coffee's excellent here, but I think I need some of that.
You take a swig of this in the morning and one at night.
Yep. And it also has healing components, so it helps.
that's
We
great.
can't make any claims, obviously, so we just say it's for your wellness, but people seem to just really feel good afterwards. And when you take it for about a month, you can see your blood tests are better, and your rates are better. So we're saying it's just a healing supplement.
It sounds great.
It's fabulous.
It
right?
is, and I was shocked because I thought it was one of these. You take this, but he says, "Freddie, do me a favor, take it for 5 days, and then at the end of 5 days, if it's no good, throw it away." I took it for 5 days, and then Leslie told me to take it twice a day, and I did. That was the difference. It was the twice a day that
Made a
kicked
big
in.
difference for you?
Yep.
It kicked in, and we worked long hours, and from here we go there, and from there we go there, and
Yeah.
it's just unbelievable. You just got to try this stuff. It's good stuff.
But there's so many things that you offer there for different environmental detox,
Yes,
the
and-
trigeminal neuralgia, and
Exactly.
the client you had from England.
Yes. Oh my goodness, she's doing fabulous. She is now. When I talk to her, her dad says she is literally cured. I'm not allowed to say it, but she's 100. She's driving. She's going back to school. She's trying to get a job. I mean, and I see pictures of her. She is absolutely doing amazing. And to think a year ago she came in a wheelchair.
Wow.
And in a wheelchair, was in bed, had to go out of school, just was in bed for 2 years, and then she saw us on the video that we did BuzzFeed, and called us, and we Skyped, and they decided to fly over because what's really your alternative? She had seen so many specialists, and nobody could figure out what it was, and we treated her, and just the 21-day program got her back, and she's doing fabulous.
Do you work with patients with cancer?
I try to stay away from that. What I do is I just absolutely say I'm not treating the cancer. I'm just creating a wellness. I just do a wellness so your body can deal with that better. because treating cancer, you really have to be careful. That's going into an area that's a little, the FDA
But
and all
the
that.
patient, if they have it or recently
Absolutely.
taken
Then-
care of, you can help them,
Sure.
the patient. But
Yep.
okay, to rephrase
Exactly.
that.
Yes, exactly. So we don't treat the cancer, we're just
You
treating
can treat the patient. Okay, so
Yeah.
you can say, so it's not, you can't come if
Oh,
you've
no,
got
please
cancer.
come,
That was my
absolutely,
question.
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
The other side of all this is the physical side of it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's really funny how healing yourself works on you mentally.
Oh my gosh.
The first time that I did the laser and I felt the cold tile on my feet, and she'll remember this thing, I was like, holy smokes, what the hell's going on here? And it really plays a game with your head, because healing is possible. I mean, everybody tells you, no, you can't heal. Don't worry about it. You're masking pain. And this was not masking pain. It actually worked.
Wow.
So when you try some of these different things and all of a sudden you get into this groove and you start to follow the right path.
Right.
And I mean, I love to eat. Whether it's good, bad for me, I let everybody else tell me that. But I love. There's nothing about food I don't love, and you know that. I don't care. But I can't do it anymore. I'm not young anymore. And I'm not coming back from eating the wrong things or drinking the wrong things. So you have to be a little bit more disciplined. And you're supposed to be wiser with age.
You wiser with age? You just need more cowbell is what I think.
Not wiser with age. But this lady has changed my life. And I'm telling you this right in front of her because she has. And what she does work. And you can cut a banana from any side you want. But the bottom line here is when it works, you got to say it does work. So I want to do something here. Maybe hold a medical piece, bring in some. I would love to challenge the medical community as well.
Love to.
And tell them
Talked about
come.
that a lot.
I am.
If I may just bring that last story, though, that was so amazing. I had this young girl come to me. She had gone to many physicians, and they were doing their best they could to help her, but she was just not feeling well. And I think I'd mentioned this once before, but she had a spider bite that I found out, a brown
I remember
spider
that.
bite.
Wow.
And that neurotoxin just sat in her, and no matter what, you can't find it on the blood test, you can't find it anywhere. And I checked up with her to see how she's doing, and she says her whole life has changed. She's fabulous. So it's just finding that root cause, and unfortunately, and it's okay, the medical industry does a fabulous job in acute, and I always say that when I'm hurt in a car, or heart attack, it's fabulous, but in the chronic area where they need to look out of the box, it could be something else, mold, virus, a spider bite, there are other things that we need to look at. It's not happening.
You got to look at everyone as a whole and deal with everything that's going on.
That's why, Dawn, they're going to work on you head to toe.
There are so many
Take
things
your
spinning
part.
around this room that it's like I'm just spinning. Yeah, don't
You
even go
spin
there.
yourself into a top.
Pretty much. But Dr. J's here helping me do that.
Yes.
What's
Oh,
happening? I know you were talking about your book when we got here.
Oh yeah,
You got a new book?
I have the same book, but we were just talking about
Yeah,
it.
I
I just
asked
met
her
someone
what it
new,
was.
so I was telling her to stay or not to stay. It's for people that are either having trouble in their marriage and they want to fix it, or they want to end the marriage.
Must be a big book.
It is
We
a
have
big
the
book.
book.
It's a workbook, so they have to work through it actually, and at the end of the book, you'll be able to make a well thought out decision. So that's a good part. But I also moved my office. I don't know if you
Where
guys
are
know
you?
that.
Where are you
I'm on
now?
Powerline and Camino now, and I'm in an office with 17 other therapists and a psychiatrist, and I teamed up with him. And we're doing a holiday event, which is on my site. I should have sent it to you, which everyone's invited. It's free, and there's going to be champagne and
Of
some
course.
hors d'oeuvres and, all the good food type of stuff. But we're going to talk about psychiatry, psychology, and aesthetics. We're actually doing, feeling good from inside and out. And I think I'm going to be experimented on for something. So it's going to be really
I'm going.
a fun thing.
So there's 17 other therapists?
17 other therapists in the practice, and everyone has like a different type of specialty.
How big is that space?
Awesome.
It has to be
About
tremendous.
5,500 square feet.
Wow.
It's
Yeah,
tremendous.
so it's a great space. I love it. It's an amazing atmosphere. There's a lot of we have people that do like yoga and meditation over there as well.
Hey, where the Mozart Cafe is over in that area?
Right behind it, exactly. That's our
Okay.
building, right behind Mozart Cafe. So
You know
I've
what-
been there since September, and it's been phenomenal.
With so many things going on presently in our world, right? It's really funny because you got school shootings. Let's take this
Yeah.
for an example. And now they're making TV shows about school shootings, and some of them like SWAT. I love that show. I love SWAT until I saw it the other day. I didn't like it too much because it talked about the way they did it was spectacular. It went back and forth in a timeline, and talking about what's going on psychologically with kids, and talking about how the present situation is affecting that community, is affecting that organization, is affecting these kids' lives. And you have good, bad, and indifferent. Always had it, but all of a sudden now you have guns and you have all sorts of planned suicide. It's really getting to a point that it's getting to be a concern at a different level than we've ever seen before. And I just always wondered why we have to wait until the barn burns down before we do something in that field.
In that field, how about UPS in the middle of the highway and innocent people getting shot?
I mean, and did you see how the cops handled that at the end? I mean, they got the two guys, and the UPS driver was killed too. And they were hiding behind cars and Miramar on the highway. And what happened was the guy stole a jewelry store, two guys, and they ran out and they held at gunpoint a UPS driver. And they took the UPS driver for 25 miles, and the cops chased them. And of course, there's gunfire, blazing, and everything else. So they got stuck in the highway. These guys weren't very bright to take a highway at 5 o'clock in the evening, and the truck stopped. And the cops were hiding behind cars that were on the highway to get to the truck, and there was a gunfire, and they got killed.
God.
Somebody in the car got killed.
Wow.
Now, I'm not saying that I'm a police officer and I know right from wrong, but Lord have mercy, you can't have a gunfight on a highway. You imagine you're in your own car listening to music, and all of a sudden the cops all around you and the shooting?
Yeah.
Yeah, not super well managed.
And that's kind of cool.
Interesting you say that. There are so many things going on out there. I was listening to something on the radio where it was, I don't know if anyone heard, it was a proposal. It was the worst proposal ever. What they did is they set up a scene as if someone was robbing something. And the husband-to-be set it up where he was like, I don't remember if it was a bank or something like this, and there was yelling and screaming, and the fiancé-to-be, the woman, was hysterical crying. She was on the floor. They got this whole thing, give me your money, so on and so forth, and then goes on to say to her, do you have a ring? And they're screaming, yelling, and crying, and she says, no, I don't have any rings, I don't have a ring. And then they turn to him and say, well, why don't you give her a ring? And he gets on her knee and proposes.
God. So
but
he
if you
did.
got in and didn't know what was going on, I thought this was like the most tragic thing.
That's
I
a
thought it
stupid.
was but stupid things like that. Think
Stupid.
about it. Someone who has
I got anxiety just hearing
Yeah,
the
me
story.
too. I was like,
I'm
that sounds
and if you hear
terrible.
yells and screams
can't breathe.
about it, it was until the end when it was like, oh. And of course, I was like, I really hope she doesn't say yes.
I
But
hope she says
did.
no.
She did.
I says, if you-
How do you do what you do and take in? I know, we're back to taking in. Leslie and I have had this conversation. Here we are in a room of healers.
Yeah.
Clearly a room of
A
healers.
lot of protection, a lot of boundaries.
Well, that's
a lot
what
of setting
everybody
limits.
Baseball
says.
bat.
No. You keep a baseball bat
I do.
from taking things in. No, you take things in. You welcome it.
That's a different deal.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. All these energies, Leslie, you're detoxing people. The energy exists. It's leaving your patient's body and it's going into a space. You can't destroy it, right? So it's there.
Right.
I use a lot of tools for myself during sessions. If I have like 9 patients in a row or something, where I set boundaries or limits before each session when they come in. On an energetic level, I definitely have to make sure that I have my own space. If it's too intense, and I had to work on it for years because I was getting sick. I was getting lots of skin cancers. I was getting so sick, and I had so many people come up to me and say, "You need protection. You need protection." And I said, I don't know if I'll be able to do this anymore. I want to help people, but it's like I do. I'm an empath. I take it in. Until I started learning, I practice what I preached.
Okay, so hold on. You're an empath. Okay, you can't stop being an empath.
Correct.
So you have to learn how to be an
I'm a
empath.
smarter empath.
You have to learn how to not take it in, clean.
Yeah, like there
Clear.
are tricks that you learn also. There are some things like that you would tell yourself if someone's talking about, cancers. I even have people that come in and they're telling a story and they're pointing at me, and that's like huge. I know anyone that does energy work knows that when someone's pointing at you, it's like energy coming at you and it's negative and they're pointing, and I used to kind of like go like this in my chair at work,
like
I'm like
dodging
trying to send
the
them light,
wand. There's
yeah, with their finger. But what I do now is I just kind of like stop it, in like my own mind. It's just, or I put it on a screen. It's like on a movie screen or something when they're talking. I just put that energy over there. It helps me to help them more and I have more energy, but you have to learn there's a lot of tricks. There's something called a container I use, which is stuff that's not serving you well. You kind of take out your container and put it in the container, lock it up if it's too intense type of stuff. And also in therapy with me, and I told you guys before, I'm very proactive. So I make them move also. We don't just sit there for the whole hour. You know, I make them, shake it out sometimes, or I have them stop and do some breath work. And when they're breathing at me, I don't like go right in their face. I move over because I don't want their energy either. So I do different types of techniques. And I think even in the school system, one of the things I noticed with my son, he would say to me, Mom, they make us stand or sit for hours. And I'm like, you have to have movement. The mind-body is connected. You have to shake it out, whatever you're going to do. It helps them so much. When we talk about stress, people that sit at desks for work, or if they're just in a stressful situation type of business, how you can just take it all in. You have to have your own little toolkit to know what to do to get rid of it. Movement is huge.
Well, Ted, you have one strapped to your leg usually, your own little toolkit. And then you throw an axe and you're good and you get it out. But so much of it.
Yeah, what I also find, two things that are important is when you are talking to your people, just think of yourself as a conduit. Just take it in and let it ride out, not a vessel putting it together. And something that if you go with intention, so like somebody has a cold, and don't say I'm not going to hug them because I might get sick. Say, let me give you some of my health. So if you just turn it around, just turn it around. Don't let their energy give your energy to them.
Give me your phlegm.
Yeah.
No,
and,
but
and to add on to what Carmen is saying, I have this one woman, she stands out for me because I've never seen anyone with so many illnesses and sicknesses and problems. And each and every session, not that you're not supposed to vent and come in and tell your therapist, but it's like a domino effect. The more you talk about worrying about getting this or having this, I'm a strong believer that it just comes to you. You can't put that out to the universe. Once you start shifting your words and changing the way you think about things in a more positive way, just much better things happen.
You got to change your whole persona.
That's with everything, right? You have to change your whole outlook.
It's about changing it all.
Well, look what happened with Tom, right? I mean, he healed himself from cancer.
Right, just changing his attitude, his thinking, his mindset, being positive, and don't let cancer take over.
You turned off your button.
It's on.
It's on?
Yeah.
It's
A2. Oh.
That's interesting. When I worked in Jackson Memorial in the oncology unit for some time, and we saw patients that were diagnosed with the same type of cancer, and they were doing a study, and we noticed it was so significant. The people that watched movies and laughed and had people that came in and made them laugh, their numbers got so much better, so much quicker. Like they couldn't understand because the medication didn't change at all, and the treatment didn't change except for their mental attitude.
I think that is the first. That's the first. Whenever you have a chronic disease, you got to see somebody to fix the brain first, because you're going to be so overwhelmed that you're not going to be able to think straight. So you got to sort of control that aspect of your life first. It's like, you ever notice, I say this all the time, I go to the doctor, I'm not sick, right? I feel great, I'm going to go get a checkup. You're not well. And I leave the hospital and now I'm sick. And I'm walking around all depressed and I'm sick. No, man. And you know what? I don't care anymore.
Well, I did. I went to the doctor and they ordered so many tests and I never went and got them. And now I feel so much better. Why have the test and I feel better, right? What's he going to tell me?
Right.
So, forget those lab tests.
Wait, there was...
You knew what they were looking for. They were looking for all these crazy things. And I'm like, it was making me sick just thinking about what they were looking for.
The anxiety of it all.
And the anxiety of going in there.
I'm like, I'm not going.
I said, Doc, as soon as I'm out of here, I'm going to feel a whole lot better. Oh. I mean, I don't understand. Your mind will make you ill.
It's really
Your
powerful.
mind, it's unbelievable. Your brain
It's the most powerful instrument in the world.
It is. We can't avoid it. You have to incorporate that.
And you can even eat vegan food. Your mind will tell you that is a steak, eat it. And it tastes like a steak.
I don't know about that, but
I'm telling you, raise that level,
so many
baby.
Options and opportunities that we have, that we try and educate our audience on. And here it sits in a full room, even more than I even imagined. And meeting Miss Daisy, wow, you are truly a gift. I mean, how we met you, and you must have thought we were crazy yesterday.
Not really.
Not really.
I find you guys, we find you in a parking lot and say you want to come for some work. Who does that?
Crazy people are always around you, right?
All the time.
There you go.
You bring them in, huh?
She offers a little bit of, she consult, what is that? When you sort of take the waves away out of the ocean? She makes you feel a whole lot more tranquil.
She's very tranquil. Yes.
Tranquility, a lady
But
of
you are
peace.
here now in a room of healers, so you are
Yes.
in good hands.
Because I have cancer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I had the radiation, what is it?
Chemo?
Chemo.
Chemo. And I'm getting ready now for the radiation. I had the surgery.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
They did me damage. But I'm living and I thank God for that.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, in this room,
We're gonna send you lots of healing prayers and energy.
well, in this room, you have a young lady whose husband was diagnosed with cancer. How long did they give him to live?
Once we stopped the chemo for a few months, this is back 20 years ago, the doctor says once you stop the chemo, you're not going to live. So they actually put an expiration date on him for like a week or a month or something, and he's still alive. 20 years later, he's walking around and he's a sunshine and he's helping people going through the same thing. So he practiced what he preached, and he's a miracle, and I'm thankful for that.
And you changed his life. You helped him change his life, his
By
eating habits.
changing the way you think, and also changing your eating habits and everything. Eating clean and becoming a vegan, and just meditation, a lot of different stuff, and just in prayers.
So sometimes a little education goes a long way. Now, I remember you put me on a machine that had a mask. I took this machine, there was these lights and everything in there. And when I came out of this machine, I had a beard. I had to go home and shave. I said, what the hell?
Well, don't you
Does
see
it
those
grow
commercials
hair?
now? They're talking about this, the cap
For the
that you put
hair.
on for the, well, that's the same thing.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. If that works for me, that works for me.
Send my boyfriend there.
Actually, your boyfriend's a perfect person for these ladies to meet. So let's go to
Right.
commercial break. When we come back, we've always talked about East meets West. Her boyfriend is an emergency room doctor in the area. So,
Yes. Very
what
cool.
a great adjunct to that.
Yep.
And, Daisy, you're in great hands with Chef Z and everybody here. So we're going to take a quick break. Leslie, you staying or are you going?
I have to go. My doggy's sick.
Well, let's give out your info.
Yes, the phone number is 561-405-9577. Please give us a call.
Give her a call. There are discounts. What a great stocking stuffer.
Yep.
What a great, the gift of health sometimes is better than, the
That's
gift
right.
of champagne is fantastic, but that with the gift of health is absolutely amazing because there is nothing, and the older I get, this lovely 52 that I walk so beautifully in, there's nothing more important than the gift of
Nothing
health.
more. It's called the gift of life.
So stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Does your business Moby Pop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services, or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
Dr. Lee of Boca Raton Acupuncture Clinic with the PhD in neuroscience. Her practice in acupuncture helps hormone balancing, total relaxation, diabetes, and inflammation. For additional questions or to schedule a free consultation, call Boca Raton Acupuncture Clinic at 617-817-1910. Acupuncture and Chinese herbs are very effective in treating many ailments and diseases and have been used for thousands of years in China. Call today for your free consultation at 617-817-1910.
Let's all welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet TV radio production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make all your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes or live radio streaming as well as tape productions for social media platforms and television. AMP2 TV can handle all of your television needs, including closed caption for a perfect on-air telecast. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages or visit one of their many studios to get your creative juices flowing. Come and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP, the number 2.tv, or call them at 866-224-5422. Feel free to call for a quote or just a consult of how to put your business on a social media platform or radio platform, or just doing a show that is covered by all platforms. Call 866-224-5422 and make an appointment. That's 866-224-5422.
Sexy, seductive, and beautiful. Looking for a professional and talented photographer? Danielle Boujon specializes in capturing flirtatious and tasteful images for yourself or your partner. Located in South Florida, Danielle really knows how to bring out your inner beauty on a shoot. Visit her website at www.daniellebuljan.com or call her at 561-305-2241 to capture your most desirable moments.
Oh, I'm on?
Yeah,
sorry. Sorry, she was counting in her head. That was helpful. You are?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Brooklyn Cafe. Yeah, sorry about that. We are actually working, I don't know what we are. We always say that we are actually a working lab, and we truly are. Our interns and producers, some of them are here through FAU, some are here now through different programs, and it's just amazing. So they're learning and training as they go. Teddy's been with us for a very long time. Captain, it's so great to have you back. I'm glad you're feeling better. It's been a long time. And Erin is brand
Just
new,
black.
and we've got new friends and new
Black.
family. Our doors are always
Thank
open,
you.
we say. So always. We're located at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard. In the old, it's a little cold, I know, because they're in the warehouse. I'll warm it up a little bit. We've got one thermostat.
Feels good.
I like it. It's cold. Yeah, I got to wear a scarf.
We're here every day.
It's great.
And we were talking about what the mind does. The mind is more powerful than we even know. And when we were going through all of this, I don't want to use the S word because that's like a bad word to put out. When we were going through all the changes of moving and coming here, there was a lot of moving pieces and a lot. And I knew in my mind it was all going to work out. Like logically, I said, I know this is where we need to be. God gave us this space, and God granted us with such a spectacular place for us to be.
It is.
But I still had to go through the physical work, and Freddie and I, of getting here. And the kids were great, and packing and moving. And you see, we're still evolving. And you know it's going to be okay, but somehow your body and that other part of your mind, that I guess is the subconscious part of your mind, does
The
its
ego.
own wonky things.
Yeah.
How do
Sure
we work with
does.
that? You work with that through meditation, Nicole?
I work with that in many ways. It takes an army, I think, of tools to work with that. But meditation, yoga, spiritual concepts and principles that you can adopt to change your way of thinking, to feel less alone, I think, in your struggles, working with coaches, mentors, and then energy work. I do energy clearing and things like DNA activations and things that help you work through that more quickly.
Really?
Yeah.
Through
I'll activate you.
Yeah, I definitely need some activation and
And breathing.
Breathing, yeah,
is
pranayama.
the most important important thing.
And I always come with the warning label. I tell people, they don't believe me. If it's going to take someone this much, you got to give me like this much.
Just a
And they
little.
say, no, you're going to be fine. And that's when Leslie says, I got you.
Yeah.
I do. I come with like these lights. Warning, Will Robinson, like here she is, this person who's so different. But everyone's unique.
Yeah.
And the anxiety that people walk with and what their mind does. And we talk about meditation all the time. And you told me on Sunday, you do this meditation program where you don't have to be quiet.
Yeah, well, you're quiet, but
So your mind doesn't have to stop.
Yeah,
Right.
It's an active meditation. So there's two forms of meditation: passive meditation, where the focus is really on clearing the mind. For that, I use mantras. So that's like mantra meditation is more like the yogic or Vedic tradition of meditation. And then there's active meditations, which are where you're more using a latent part of the mind to solve problems or get guidance. So that meditation, what I teach specifically is a higher self sanctuary meditation. So you're like actively connecting with that part of you that has answers and is more connected to the God source or the light source. So you go into a state where you can actually enter your sanctuary. Everyone has their own, energetic place, and get guidance from your higher self.
And so you're right in line with this. So you're right in alignment with this.
I agree. Everything is
Yeah.
You love
And
Chef.
you're calling your ancestors too. Part of when you meditate,
Right.
and like when I meditate, I do some chanting with that too.
Mhm.
I
Chanting's
call
great.
in all the divine angels and all my ancestors, and I just lay there. Sometimes even with or without music, and just let your mind just wander and just let it go. Don't try to, force anything to come to you. Just whatever it is you see, you just have a journal and just journal whatever it is that come to you.
And I think meditation can be so creative. Like once you start doing meditation, like I do a lot in my practice as well, and I do like some people that really just they're too anxious, they really can't get it. So we'll I'll get them to focus like an intention meditation, even if it's like you talk about just the word or something, but something that they want to manifest in their lives, like love or financial security. And I say just focus on that, and then like put a color to it, and what does it sound like? And when you use senses, sometimes if you're just creative, people can really pick up on that, and then boom, that's it. They actually are effective. Because I think it's different for everyone, because not everybody does it the same way.
That's what I think it's hard. And the amazing thing is we sit in this space with so many incredible healers. I told you, right?
Yeah.
Healers and energy people.
Cleared and cleared.
Everyone is so in alignment with who we are. But then you look at the rest of, I think other places outside of the United States are different. They're much more spiritual. Other places here in the States, you think everyone's caught up in corporate America, and they're running here and they're running there, and they think we're this airy-fairy. And I think, how do they not feel these things? How do they not take in? Are they just surrounded by what, stones? I don't know.
It's so funny because I came from corporate America, and I worked in corporate for years, but I was always like leaving early to go to yoga. It was hard for me in the environment, but it was like what I was groomed for, that was what everyone said. Like, you go to college, you get a job, masters, all these things. So it's like, of course, you're going to go to corporate. But still, I think people there, you still could kind of sense that there's like a desire for more, for a different pace of life. And I mean, even yoga and meditation, like 20 years ago, it wasn't as ubiquitous or well known as it is now. So the consciousness of our nation is rising. Like, when these things become more mainstream, you can tell that people's consciousness is changing, and it will in some ways infiltrate into the corporate world, I think, eventually. But sometimes it has to be baby steps.
And I think people are starting to take it in the corporate world because they're
They
finding
are,
better
yeah.
productivity and different life coaches going in and helping. But the mind is so powerful, and food is so powerful. I mean, food can heal. And we talk about East meets West in medicine all the time, but I think your boyfriend is, he kind of, right?
He
does
straddles
yoga
a
and
little.
meditation,
We went on
yes,
a
he did little
meditation.
things.
Yeah, we went on a meditation retreat together this summer, so he could really like learn yogic meditation. So I took him to an ashram, a yoga ashram, which was a unique experience for him. He's been thrust into this different world. But he's a Western, emergency physician, and I try to stay away from doctors as much as I can, because I have my own healing and yoga and meditation modalities. But still, I mean, at the same time, if I were in a car accident, I want you to take me to the emergency room, right? And he also understands that, like, the meditation and the kind of even keeledness that I bring to the relationship. We can both learn from one another in some ways, and he's been open to it. And, you know, but even that I see as like he gets light from me and he brings that light into the workplace. So even something like hospice, you know, when he has patients come into the emergency room and he can suggest hospice to them if it's needed, that's a form of light, of giving people the option to die without pain and to do it in a nice way. That's something that doctors weren't suggesting for that long, you know, so he brings light in his own way into emergency medicine, and I think that, you know, we have a good symbiotic relationship there where I can pass light to him and he can pass it to his patients.
It's remarkable. He's got a different energy, right?
When you go to the doctor and he gives you medicine and you feel better, or they find what the problem is, that's one aspect. And Daisy's a perfect example. And they found the cancer, they took it out.
Yeah.
You know, Linda has cancer of the eye, they took it out. But now the healing begins.
Yeah.
And doctors are great at getting it out. You know, they're the best. There is nothing better. But now the healing begins because psychologically it affects you. Your food intake. You know, when somebody tells you only got a week to live, you know what that does to your psyche? Forget about your soul. That dies instantly.
That's
but then the healing.
Suicide because of that, right?
They can't anguish.
Had a lot of them come to me contemplate that. But I had a close personal story of many years ago. I was dating someone and his father was diagnosed with cancer, and they said that he had 6 months to live, and my boyfriend at the time and his mom embraced and they were crying. We were over at Jackson Memorial and I was like, wow, I cannot believe this. But his father was definitely a very upbeat, positive person. You would ask him no matter what was going on, he could have a cold or he could be fine. How are you doing? This is perfect, beautiful, fine. I mean, that was like his attitude no matter what. So fast forward, they're giving him chemo and radiation, and I mean, knocked him out completely. I remember one time sitting in the hospital room with him, and they had to like put a blanket to get his temperature back up. I mean, he was really in bad shape. And his wife would come in, and I came in, and a bunch of people would come in and just talk with him, whether he can talk or not. This man lived 30 years longer.
Wow.
From that date, 30 years from that date. They couldn't understand it completely. I mean, the cancer was, they said, throughout his entire body. 6 months. And this was the top guy. I won't say his name, but he was the top oncologist. And he said, there's absolutely nothing. We've done it all. We gave him the strongest chemo, the strongest, amounts of radiation that a person really can take. 6 months. And this was 30 years later. He had like a beautiful, beautiful life.
It's the mindset. So much of the mindset. And you do retreats. You do this course, Creating a Life of Miracles, which is truly remarkable.
Yeah.
Tell us about the
Thank
course.
you.
Just the name alone.
The course, Creating a Life of Miracles. Yeah, I teach it online, and it's a series of videos and then online group sessions, and there's also one-on-one sessions with me. And the premise is that if there's something in your life that you want to change that seems impossible, right? What's the definition of a miracle? It's something that you couldn't create on your own, that seems to be beyond your capabilities, but that brings very welcome consequences. It's positive. And so I say, if there's something in your life, and how many times do we do this? It's like there's something we want and we just can't get there on our own, right? We have to call in something greater than ourselves. So I teach people how to connect with something greater than yourself, whatever you want to call it, not attached to names, if it's universe, nature, source, God, higher self, higher power, whatever. Working with these energies that can literally create miracles. And people do. I mean, I had someone in my course who, I'm not a therapist, but she was suicidal, and she went through the course twice, and she's now very much healed, and she's talking about her own, suicidal ideation and how she healed through the process. I had someone who just wanted a new job, and she had been stuck in a job for many, many years, and 2 months after the course, she got a new job. I had someone who thought she wanted to get a divorce, and after the course was like, I'm the happiest I've ever been in my relationship. So miracles are possible, and it's possible to create them, and that's what I want people to know, and feel empowered to do. It's not outside of us, it's within us.
How long is the course?
The course is 6 to 8 weeks, so it kind of depends on the group that comes together. There's 6 video modules. We meet 6 times as a group, and sometimes we spread it out over 8 weeks.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been coaching for a little over a year. I launched this course exactly this time ago last year, so I've run it twice in the last year. This will be my third time.
What you
Comes
do?
from a marketing background.
What did you do before?
Oh, I've had many lives. My master's is in public policy, and I also have a master's in business. I worked in finance, then I became a yoga teacher, then I opened my own marketing consulting firm. I did that for about 6 years, and then about a year and a half ago, I pivoted into coaching and leading yoga retreats and meditation retreats.
Because marketing can drive you nuts.
Marketing, well, I mean, the online space can definitely drive you nuts. I think that too much connection to the digital and Facebook and Instagram, to be honest, it gives me anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
I have to monitor my own usage of it because it's anxiety inducing. Yes. But I think if you're marketing something you really believe in, and I was marketing health and wellness locations mostly in my business and working with other educational nonprofits and things, you get behind it, you can really believe in it. And we're in an age where so much more is available to people than ever before. So if you're marketing something you love and believe in, then it's great. You just like anything, you need balance, and you have to make sure that you're not overly involved in the digital world. But for me, the transition to coaching was more about I was just becoming more and more spiritual in my own practice, and I felt like I had to be aligned with my own spiritual development. I had to be teaching. Yeah.
And how's it going?
It's fantastic,
You're starting your next course when?
My next course will launch probably early February. So I'll be launching online in January, and then we'll start the groups in February. So it's like a new year intention, your new year of miracles, 2020, step into the year. And it's not like setting what are they called? Resolutions.
Right.
Resolutions rely on willpower, and willpower just doesn't work. Right. We need a power greater than ourselves. So that's what I want people to tap into.
We need a power greater than ourselves. That is true. As I'm surrounded with all of my crystals and everybody. I've got our poinsettias. I've got the menorah behind you. I've got my wands. I mean, people who don't know me must think I'm a little. I don't know what to tell you.
Getting her chandelier.
You seem totally normal to me. I don't think it's strange at all.
Do you think?
Yeah, it's the same as my house.
I have no comment.
So I was supposed to meet Nicole a month ago, right in the middle of this movie. It was November 4th. And I never texted this poor woman back. And Saturday I went, I never texted this woman back. So I texted you Saturday and you said, I'm going to Lynn's on Sunday. Will I see you? I said, yes.
Perfect.
And I apologized and I met her on Sunday and she's so in alignment with everything we do here. And it's like, welcome to Boca.
And you're walking right into you walk right into madness because there was 4 meetings going on at the same time. We're trying to fix this and fix that, set this up. Welcome to our world.
Welcome to
Thank
Boca.
you for having me. Thank you. It's such an honor.
So much to do. And you also do retreats.
Retreats, yeah. My next one's coming up in Mexico in May.
Of course
That's
it
a
is.
yoga and meditation retreat.
Taxi.
Can we go to retreats in Mexico?
May 3rd through 9th. You can book your tickets now. I just did one in the Keys. That was more of energy focus. So
Do you fly people down to Mexico, or you got to get there on your own?
You have to fly on your own. People come from all over, and then we organize transportation to the retreat center, which is just an hour north of Puerto Vallarta. You fly into Puerto Vallarta. It's a gorgeous retreat center. It's called Matahate Retreat, and they do all types of work there. Last time we were there was a huge group of energy healers from Canada. There was a journey dance. I don't know if you've ever heard of journey dance. And then our yoga retreat.
It was in Mexico.
It was in Mexico.
Who do we know went to this?
Matahate?
Yes.
It's a beautiful retreat center.
Somebody went to this.
Is that you think Natalia went? Lady Ann?
Might have been
Maybe.
Natalia. Somebody went, they told us, oh my God.
Yeah, it's an amazing place. So you're all invited to Mexico with us in May.
Tell you ready to go?
If you go out there.
Yeah, I would love it. Oh my
Tiffany, ready to go?
gosh, please come.
It's nothing like having our in-house chef or in-house
Perfect. Oh my
therapist with us.
If you have
Go
a plane,
It's her
It's
birthday.
on my birthday.
of course, then you're in.
May 2nd.
May 2nd.
So if you have a plane that we could borrow, what day is it?
May 3rd.
Now you need to have a pilot on the show.
No, you don't need a pilot.
Bobby.
We don't need a pilot.
Oh, we don't?
We've got Bobby.
Oh, Bobby's a pilot. Oh, but Bobby's plane is small.
And the lady we met yesterday, she's a retired pilot.
I don't want a retired pilot. I want one that's active. But Bobby is a pilot.
Perfect.
All we need is a plane now. If you got a plane we could borrow.
You need a plane? We
Can
always
you
say
hotwire? Can you hotwire
a plane?
Can you
Can you
hotwire
have a plane that we can borrow?
She's powerful with that wand.
Yeah, we have Dawn, the good witch, over here.
I move
Stop. Stop. Because of a plane, decides to land here, stop. Cut it out.
You never know what's going to happen over here. See what's happening with food. How can we incorporate food and everything you've been doing, the farmers markets, and we need to get back in touch with all of this.
I have a question about the food.
Sure.
So I was reading an article currently that said that food affects your not just your personality but your mood. Like certain foods we eat can create more depression, and certain foods can actually give us anxiety. Do you know how that works, or is there any foods that you're aware of that can do that or not? Because I think it's so important. I mean, I know sugar is not good for us, period. Not that I don't eat any sugar, but not a lot. But I mean, there are certain foods, and I wonder about some of my patients that come in, and I wonder about their eating habits. I think it's so important to know that are there certain foods that's actually like increasing their depression.
Because I notice myself when I eat certain food, I feel my my energy and my thinking and my attitude is different. So I have to go back and say, okay, what did I have for lunch? What I had for breakfast or dinner? So I start taking notes of my food, so that way I don't repeat myself. Or I would do a little test on myself. Okay, so if I had pasta that's not gluten-free, maybe this is why my attitude, or this is why I wasn't feeling this way, and just like a little test just to see for yourself. If I had sugar, like if I go to, I won't say name, it start with an S, and then, other places I have a latte, my back on my kidney sides and my liver would hurt because of whatever the sugar or whatever else that's in it. So yeah.
It's definitely something to be in tune with.
And that's physical.
Yeah, so you listen to your body.
But there is foods that will give you depression if you eat them. And like I stopped eating almonds because when I got sick, it was really rough. Now I started eating them again because almonds allegedly are good for diabetics. It's something with the blood, right?
It helps stabilize your blood sugar, yes.
They're in yoga. We have in Ayurveda. They say that the food has properties. So some food is stimulating, some food is depressive, some food is whatever, heating.
What do you eat?
Exactly.
I'll tell. I'm a pescatarian, but when I eliminated. I eat fish. I eat cooked foods, like I said, but coffee. Alcohol, those are very stimulating. So
you drink alcohol?
Very rarely.
Coffee, chocolate, alcohol.
Yeah, those are stimulating foods if you remove them.
I must be a pescatarian.
No, those are things that are aggravating to your,
you don't eat them
your
late at
nervous
night
system.
or drink alcohol.
Well, even if I drink alcohol very rarely because it's not. It's poison. I mean,
alcohol is very spiritual though. Like a shot of brandy.
I don't know. Depends on your perspective. But coffee for sure is stimulating. If you have anxiety, eliminating coffee would be like one of the first things you could do.
True.
And then also,
I've cut back. I know.
Mushrooms are depressive. They grow at night, and so if you struggle with depression, it's good to avoid mushrooms.
Really?
And if your mind is, all mushrooms, we call them, in yoga, we call them tamasic, which means it's the property of depression. They grow at night. So you want to eat foods that grow in the light, because where do we get our energy from? The sun.
Exactly.
So you want food that grew in the sun, and then you cook it down and you eat it with as little additional stuff in between. So from the sun to your frying pan.
So what grows in the sun?
Everything, all most vegetables except for mushrooms.
Mangoes? You can't eat
Kale,
mangoes.
right?
Kale.
Well, spinach, everything. Spinach.
It's in the
Make sure it's
carrots, celery, all
stuff.
Zucchini.
Potato.
All those broccoli.
There is a special mango. It's called a rainbow mango.
Oh.
A special mango. It's very rare. And my father, we had a tree, and every once in a while she used to sprout this special, but man, it's way up because of the sun.
Yeah, the sun.
So in Puerto Rico, mango trees are full of gongoli, which are these black centipedes. And when they bite you, they give you a very high fever that could kill you. So my father used to tell me, you can't. So we used to throw rocks. That's why I pitched. I used to throw rocks for years until I hit that mango and it came down. But that's a mango that has special powers or something, and it was good for here.
And what, guanabana?
Guanabana is a plant, it looks funny, and I had them in Puerto Rico, they go crazy, and this guy came on the stage, he's going to give me $50 of guanabana.
How hard it is to get guanabana
He says, you can't get them here, it doesn't grow because of the soil here is too acidic.
You got to get that guy.
We gotta go get my
No,
guanabanas.
Pepe.
Well, Pepe's supposed to come in a
Supposed to
couple of weeks.
With guanabana.
He has a whole bunch of plants and everything else. You know, they say also in yoga you should put your feet in grass.
Yeah, on the ground. That's
for
a
10
good
minutes a
practice.
day.
Grounding practice, walk barefoot, and
10
connect
minutes
with
a
the
day.
earth and the dew in the morning. That's
Except
a
they have
practice.
fire ants in Florida. There's always something.
There's always something.
There's always something.
Fire.
So
That's
my
a ceremony.
father had blood clots in his lungs, and they created a saddle bridge. And I took him to the hospital for a different ailment. They saw this whole thing, and he was in there 4 days, and he thought he was in Club Med because he said, "There's nothing wrong with me. I don't feel nothing." And he says, "How is this man breathing?" My father should have died 10 years. My father died 3-4 months ago. He should have died 10 years ago. And the doctors, they flew a guy in from California. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with him. So they came over to me and they said, "Leave him alone. Don't change anything he's doing. Just leave him alone. Your father denies he's sick. Okay, you're not sick, Henry." And he went on his way. You met him in the hospital.
Yep.
He loved it. He had all the nurses laughing. He doesn't speak a lick of English. He said, "There's nothing wrong with me. You guys are wasting your
You
time."
had your mom all worried, and he was good.
My mother's crying.
Flirting
He says,
with the
"Lady, why are
nurses.
you crying?" Woman, he calls a woman. "Woman, why are you crying? There's nothing wrong with me. You're sicker than I am," he used to say.
It's true.
Psychologically, right?
Absolutely.
Raising that level of awareness.
Absolutely.
And I'm not
the
telling you-
body's going to respond to what you're thinking.
That's right. And I'm not telling you to deny that you have an illness. I have diabetes, okay, but that ain't life. I got other things to do.
You got a lot of things to do. We're going to go to commercial break. Wow, it's
Where you
calmed down
going?
a little bit.
So quiet.
Everyone's
Zen.
right? Everybody leaves. We're going to go to
Yeah,
commercial break. When we come back, more with our Fun Friday. We got a lot of things going on. All I can say is if you just put your intentions out in the universe and you ask, it's amazing what greatness comes back.
Good stuff happens.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Dr. Lee of Boca Raton Acupuncture Clinic with the PhD in neuroscience. Her practice in acupuncture helps hormone balancing, total relaxation, diabetes, and inflammation. For additional questions or to schedule a free consultation, call Boca Raton Acupuncture Clinic at 617-817-1910. Acupuncture and Chinese herbs are very effective in treating many ailments and diseases and have been used for thousands of years in China. Call today for your free consultation at 617-817-1910.
Does your business Moby Pop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
As we age, our stem cells decline in their ability to heal our bodies. Imagine a patch that could activate your stem cells and reset them to a younger, healthier state. No supplements, nutrients, or drugs enter your body. Activate your stem cells with this patented phototherapy. Benefits include the support of wound healing, rapid pain relief, increased energy, better sleep, reduced stress, sharper mental focus, and an overall feeling of youthful vitality. When you're at your best, you experience the world differently. Contact us at 561-929-1627. For a free consultation to help you feel your best, activate your own stem cells with this affordable patented phototherapy. Call today, 561-929-1627.
If a tree falls in the woods
and no one is around to hear it? Does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
And we're back. So I want to create sippy yoga.
So what's sippy yoga?
So you do yoga,
Down
right?
dog and you sip.
You do yoga and you bring it over.
Sipping board?
Hey, you bring it over.
Wait, are we sipping a green drink or champagne?
We can sip a green drink.
Or
Okay.
green smoothie.
I like vodka, but tequila works as well.
I don't know how we're gonna be able to do the down dog with vodka.
No, what it is that you have to do like a handstand.
Oh, this is your song. This is Joe's song.
Yes, Joe's song. You do it handstand or something, but yoga is very interesting because there's a lot of stuff that happens when you put your body, twist the system. It does work. There's chair yoga, there's hot yoga, there's cold yoga, there's ice yoga. I mean, you name it and they do it.
Hot
You ever
yoga.
tried
All
doing hot
yogas.
yoga, right?
Yeah.
Hot yoga, it's too hot for me.
Me too. I was part of my overheating. I was doing hot yoga.
Did you stop doing it?
I did.
You know, they have ice yoga.
Ice yoga. What's wrong with room temperature yoga,
Right,
guys?
just
Because
regular
you want to change your body. You want to change your body temperature. You know, one of the things they're doing in Canada, working on brain cancer, is raising the temperature of the body to control 108 degrees or something, and it melts away the tumors. The only problem now is that they want to see what happens to the people that they cured. And it's a 10-year study. You gotta wait 10 years before they come up with the solution.
Maybe just feel good.
It could be brain damage and stuff because you're burning up a lot of cells when you're doing it, but it removes the tumors. It's
But
crazy.
the mind is an amazing tool. And we know that. We know it is. And it's just how do you access it, right? How do we get to where we want to get? And I know your neighbor calls you a cult, but how do we get to that higher level of thinking and relaxation? And if we are in tune and focused with what we want to create, it's amazing what comes forward. Yeah, I sit here with the wand because it makes sense to people.
Yeah.
I feel like Spider-Man when his web comes out.
Yeah,
it's
it
just an
is.
extension of who I am, but I've moved hurricanes with this wand. We move greatness with my wands.
It's amazing. It's real. Well, we are powerful people, right? And we always say in yoga that the mind is a wonderful servant and a terrible master, which means you want to be able to control your mind, because the mind is going to tell you all sorts of terrible stories about how, you can't do it, you're not good enough, it's never going to work, what you want is unrealistic, who are you to have that? We have so much deep-seated stuff around our worthiness and who we are and feeling good enough, and the mind will tell you negative stories all the time, and we have to learn to identify the stories and then ask ourselves what's real and what's not real.
Our mind
So you
tells us
train
negative
the
stories
mind,
first.
right.
It's the
Well,
first thing that comes up.
Well, I want to bring the kids into that. I want to bring Teddy and Tiffany into the conversation
Tiffany,
because,
you're now a kid.
huh?
Tiffany's now a kid.
Tiffany's a kid. Well, she's younger than me, and the reason I want to bring them into the conversation is because when you're younger, you have a different mindset, right? And Teddy has a different mindset, and Teddy works out. She does jujitsu or some kind of crazy fighting. She's always just black and blue, and you throw axes and what have you. And when you're younger, you have a different perspective on life, yeah?
Yeah.
And the aggressiveness, I mean, doing yoga at her age is more beneficial than if I would to start at my age.
That's not true.
It is. No, it's because she's going to linger through it longer if she would stick with it. Yes? You do exercises and jujitsu.
I do yoga too.
You do yoga?
I do.
How long have you done it?
I've been doing yoga since I was a little kid, on and off. I used to go to a preschool camp where you had to do yoga, and so whenever I've had time to, I go back and do it.
Oh, amazing.
But if you started now, it would be an amazing
break a bone.
accomplishment.
No, you could do.
I'm going over there.
Yoga.
And Tiffany, do you do yoga?
I do yoga daily.
Wow.
But I always have a go-to. I call it a pranayama with a sun salute. And I hold it. And it just really clears the space. It's like an additional mindfulness to the yoga.
Yeah.
And it brings me, it centers me back down. And I find that it also centers like an energy in the room. So I've displaced my negative energy so that the rest can continue to flourish.
Yeah.
So I got a question.
Yes.
They do it. Can you raise how do I put this? Can you raise the energy level to a different state? In other words, I'm not a big proponent of things that are convenient.
He
Like,
doesn't believe in manifestation either.
but take it easy, okay? One disaster at a time. But I don't like the fact that people say to me, you know, you're doing this. This is enough. You're comfortable. I'm not comfortable because there's always more for me. There's a little bit more. Happiness always has another cup. As my father used to say, go get it. So with the yoga, I know that people do it. I see people do it. They look like body, rhythm, and everything else. But I want to push those that can do more to another level. Something harder, changing temperature, making it uncomfortable so you have to learn from it. Pushing it through. You know, you go to the gym a lot. I think that your body already knows you go into the gym. I think you have to increase some kind of
Yes, I
deal
need to get to the next level to clear my mind. 100%.
because you're working on the physical part of it, but you're leaving your mental anguish behind.
I mean, it does help release anxiety and tension, but it doesn't clear the space to create miracles. It just eliminates stress.
Well, working out definitely eliminates stress, and it's one of the best ways, right, to cure depression. I mean, they do studies and they show that working out is basically the same as a lot of the antidepressants that are out there. With yoga, though, it's not only like you're working out. Yoga has an energetic effect, like what you were saying. When you do your sun salutation, you clear the energy in the room. So when you do yoga, the poses, we call them asanas, means steady pose, actually are energetically clearing. It's like a shower for your energetic body when you do the poses. And if you're in a yoga class that's sequenced properly, that's why I like the yoga I teach, because it's a specific sequence that's not only working on you physically, it's working on you energetically.
It's a chain.
So when you leave the class, to me, it's like you literally leave with a completely different energy. You know, whatever you came in with, it's like that's whoosh, gone, and you leave it almost a different person. Your energy is completely cleared, and we have lots of tools to clear energy, right? We bring in healers here all the time, and everyone has their modality for energy clearing, right? Yoga is another way of clearing energy. It just works. It clears your energy.
Can you sense it when somebody is in your presence, whether they need more clearing than others?
Yeah. When you work,
No,
when
I
I
know
start
you can.
working on them, like once I start working on people energetically, like this isn't related to yoga, but when I do the energy work, like if I'm clearing your chakras or rebalancing your energetic, your etheric lines, things just come into me like, oh, this person needs this thing, or they need that thing, or let's work in this area, or whatever.
You
And
can feel it?
for me, I'm more like clairaudient, so I hear it. Everyone has their own way. You have to get to know yourself. Like some people see it, some people hear it, some people feel it. So I just kind of am like, oh, let's work here. Like I hear it. Like, oh, work on this part, or I feel it.
So someone like Teddy's very soft-spoken.
She's what?
Soft-spoken.
Soft-spoken? Really? She didn't strike me as soft-spoken.
She's not?
She's a tough girl.
Yeah, hardcore.
Teddy
She's
keeps
like,
a
gets
lot
it
in,
done.
is what she does.
Get her in
Teddy
the
keeps
ring.
it all in.
She does. I think
She may want to scream
You're
at
why are
everyone
you
in this
turning
place,
red?
but she doesn't.
You're turning red. She keeps a lot in. But do you feel that? Do you see it?
Well, I have to work on her because in this kind of space, I haven't set any energy. But I mean, if I was working on her, like with anyone, I would just, things come into me like a word or a sensation, and I'll just say to her like, "Oh, I got this." But my role as an energy clearer is not really to like tell you what you need. It's to clear away the stuff you don't need so that you get the message of what you need. So a good teacher, clearer, mentor, whatever, healer won't tell you, oh, you have to do this. They'll clear the stuff that's blocking you from hearing your own intuition so that Dawn knows intuitively what foods are good for her, what foods nourish her. If I clear her, I don't have to tell her, eat this, eat that. She'll all of a sudden be like, oh, you know what? I'm really craving salmon. Why don't I eat some of that? Or I'm really craving this random food. I don't know why. And it's your own intuition getting louder. That's the idea.
Okay, but is she going to hear it?
She'll hear it, she'll feel it, she'll have a craving. Yeah, I mean, if she can't hear it, that's okay, that's where she's at. But that's where the meditation would come in, or higher self meditation. If I teach a higher self meditation class here, you know.
She's looking at me. This one's already
Because we
looking.
had a
This
show.
one's analyzing. Look at her eyes.
We had a show one day, and you said to chef that meditation was not your strong suit.
Right,
that's what she told me, yeah.
Because her attention span is 1.3 seconds.
Because there's 20 other million things to do.
She has that rapid brain thing. What do they call that? Teddy, okay. She has this rapid thing. She thinks about, you're having this conversation and she's already here. So when you talk to Dawn, she'll go to another conversation.
Because I've already finished the first one.
Right? But you're still, having a conversation. You're still having this
He's
conversation.
still sitting in a meeting, and I get up and leave. He says, "Where'd you go?" I'm done with this conversation. Like, he says, "You don't leave?" I said, "Yeah, we've said everything we need to say. We're moving on to the next one."
But
he says, "Okay."
Funny.
Right?
Yeah.
Do I not do that to you all the time?
She does it all the time. And sometimes I have a conversation and she leaves. Or she'll talk about something else. And I says, do you want to
In my
go
mind,
back?
we finished
On to
the
the next
conversation.
one.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other things to
But
do.
there's so much to do.
There's
well,
so much to
but
do.
with meditation, I find I get more done, honestly, because my mind becomes more methodical. So it's like if you slow down the thoughts, you can kind of get some discernment.
That's what I want to talk about. Can you do that? Can you learn to slow it
You can teach yourself how to do that. Like at home, in my room, our room, I have an altar. So I have all my stuff there. So that's where Tom meditate, I meditate. You just have to train yourself.
But you know how to meditate. What do you say to somebody whose meditation is, okay, I'm
See
done.
where he's hanging that if we like it.
Okay, I'm done. What?
Can you go check the position on the light?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And as we're having, it's just on cue.
Well, you're close. I've changed the conversation. Well, he's hanging it up. I want to make sure it's in the right place.
Make sure it's in a good spot, yeah.
Exactly. That you do your thing.
Yeah.
But that's the hardest thing is clearing that mind.
They
And
just
I think a
have to,
lot
you
of
know.
people want to do.
Everyone.
There's so many things they're starting, the food and the turmeric and everything you do, the farmer's market, and then your Course in Miracles is a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Are you still doing the farmer's market?
I do. I go to farmer's market every weekend, Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays. Doing live video, go live on Facebook and talk to all the vendors, get to know them. That's, for me, that's meditation, that's healing. You know, you just let the ego out the door. Don't let ego in. Because meditation is people that, oh, I can't meditate. That's the ego talking right there. It's already telling you, you can't. So I can. So,
You got to start bringing some of the more of the vendors in again. The foods and
Absolutely.
vegetables that you brought in were amazing.
I'm going to bring them. My spice guy want to come.
The spice guy's going to come.
With the liquid.
That was
Oh, that's Joseph. He's gonna
Joseph's
be-
garden. We've talked about going out to the gratitude garden.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Where's
Oh,
the
yeah,
gratitude
look, perks
garden?
her up.
In West
Yeah.
Palm.
Oh, I haven't been.
Amazing, yeah.
I like that.
It's funny because Dawn's going to want to shoot a deal.
I've been talking about that for a
She's
long
going to want
time.
to shoot a deal in the middle of the forest.
Yes, I do. Actually,
Teddy, I'm going to let you handle this.
No.
As a matter of fact, I do want to shoot a deal in the middle of the forest.
I think we can do it. We can at least record it.
Yes,
At the very
not
least.
live, but we can take some footage of it. Why not?
Okay.
Dimitri's going to get his camera, and we're going to do that. We've got some footage to shoot. I spoke to the head, Debbie. She wants to shoot some footage too.
Okay, everybody's shooting footage. Now, Dimitri, sit over here because we got 10 minutes.
That's
and I
not
want.
Dimitri, that's Fernanda.
Fernando, sit over here. Where is Dimitri?
I don't know.
He's in the other room, and they're doing some editing. I want you to sit here because one of the things I want to talk about what we're going to be doing on the road, and we're going to take sparkle of life over here. Spark. And we're going to set up a segment on camera 3 where we're going to put music in there on the set. And he's going to play with singers and other people as well. And we're going to take this on the set and we're going to open it up. And I told Teddy we get a TV. I have a monitor that they gave us. We just got to put the monitor on the stand. Oh, we're going big. We're going very big.
A lot of energy. And what we have to do, we have this lady over here that's going to say, chill.
To chill down.
I don't know if too much energy is
I'm
good.
taking my therapist with me. I always feel like Steve Martin the jerk. What he takes with him, I take my therapist, I take my chef, I take my meditation, I take my yoga, I take my crystals. I'm going to need my own van to go to my
You're going to need a school bus.
Okay.
Going in a magic school bus.
That's a good thing. That's a good
Perfect.
thing. That's a very good thing, correct? That's
It takes a village to keep us
You
going.
need how to
every day.
lower it down. You got to sort of, and it's not about compressing it because that makes it worse. It's about, just letting go. Like today, I let go. I said, Teddy, fix it.
And she did.
And she did. And Jive, we're going to be fixing the phone line. We'll be up and running next week because we couldn't get that.
We're gonna work on that after the show.
And I told Hector, we were talking about this off the set. And I told Hector, go do the shoot until you get it right. You keep doing it until you get it right. Do it until those cameras are right. Do it until you learn it.
And he got it.
He got it right.
He got it, yeah.
That's how you learn.
They did a proposal, they did a commercial, they did everything over there.
That's fantastic.
So
I was wondering where they all went.
they're doing their own thing because there's enough room here to do stuff. But I think that we were talking to Leslie. I would love to do a day of healing here where you can do. And it's also interesting because those two gentlemen were looking for chiropractors and healers to be
Massages.
part of the financial institution. When you're in stocks and bonds and you're in finance and all that, your mind is like a jumbo, and they want to show how you can decompress so you can think and make better decisions.
Great, yeah, that.
So that becomes part of the game as well.
Yeah.
Eating. We did a show on a train. We were on
Your food was so amazing.
on the Bright Line. And we had fun. And they put the spread out. It was this one put a spread out, man, like for kings.
I can't wait to try your food.
Z's food is spectacular.
So they go, don't tell Freddie, tell him it's chicken. It wasn't chicken, it was tofu.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the plate I
He
had?
kept saying, "Wow, this chicken is so good," and we all just stared at him.
They were all laughing at me.
So what was it?
Tofu.
Oh, okay.
It's vegan, but me and vegan, we sort of have a
You're vegan
difference
here, not vegan
difference of opinion. I can't eat vegan on this hand.
So don't let the ego start that. That's the ego. Don't let ego knock on the door. Don't open that door when
Don't-
ego knock.
The spirit animals.
Well, when you're a serpent, you sort of have to look up at everything.
Yeah, I think it's changed though. You have to have a new spirit
No,
animal. by
that's
now.
it. That's it. She's the second person to call me. She's the first, and then the other one, Ann, called me a serpent too. What is it with you people? Iguana.
Called you reptile, yes.
A reptile. I'm a reptile now. I'm a reptile serpent. I'm a serpent reptile.
Is that from the Chinese calendar? Or where does it
No,
come from?
this is just
His
people's.
spirit guide.
My spirit guide is a serpent and a reptile.
Interesting.
It is.
And that's based on your eating habits
You
or
have to ask Z.
Me as an individual.
How do you come up with your spirit guide? He doesn't know.
Well, you have to meditate on it. So like she was saying earlier, you have to concentrate and pay attention to your meditation, what
You
the
know
universe is telling you, and just when
You
I
wanna know yours?
meditate, I write down when I'm meditating what I want to achieve, what I'm looking for. Like somebody's like, oh, one of my family members is sick. Okay, just give me the name, first and last name, what it is, what cancer, and that's it. Put it on my meditation list. Have it in my little halter. I have names. I have everything there. So when I'm
So
there,
what, does it come to you?
That's what I focus on.
But it comes to you, you see it?
Yeah, it will speak to you, just like she was saying. Yeah.
So I came in,
Meditation,
you
your
as a snake.
ancestors, it called-
I'm going to tell you, so I can take that very personally.
Why is that so bad?
I love
But
it too. I know it's not
snakes are
snakes.
grounded.
How many snakes you dated in your life? Are you married?
They symbolize change.
Are you married?
No, we're
So
not.
Have you
this
ever
is a
been
change
Have you
right
ever been
there.
married?
No.
Have you ever dated a snake in your life? Think about that statement. There it is.
But this is a change.
Yes,
You know,
this
you
is a
went from
change.
there, this is a new
Snakes
beginning.
symbolize transformation.
That's
I know that.
I see them a lot in the. They
You ever have
my
your cards?
office.
You ever have your cards read when you pull your cards?
Yeah, I've had my.
And I did that. We were at
Tarot
a
cards.
shoot, and
Yep.
I pulled a card. I pulled 2 death cards.
I pulled it last
Death.
week.
Well, what's the animal? So what the words?
2, and then we got out of the studio at the gallery, and we got out of the studio at the radio station. 2 major changes in my life happened like
See,
that.
that's what it is.
That's what it is. Death doesn't necessarily mean death of the physical
So a
body.
serpent doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing either.
Not at all.
Transformation.
It doesn't happen right away.
Transformation.
Why are you so warm?
Snakes shed
Because
their
I'm a
skin.
snake, baby. A snake.
Now, Freddy, in my culture, a snake is a culebra. So people then owns people money says, oh, I have a couple of culebras, snakes.
Really?
Meaning then the culebra is chasing you to recover your funds. So if you are a snake, it's like you.
I owe you
a
money?
lot of people owns you money. So
Oh.
you have to get
That could
away,
be
and people
true.
tries to get away from you.
Is that
That's
what
in
it
my
is?
culture, la culebra, you know. So
Well, that's a good thing that way.
yeah, that's a good thing.
The day she told me I was a snake, I had like all these thoughts. I said, my God, that's horrible. And what they call
I felt
you?
bad because she
Hummingbird?
thought
I don't know.
Well, you got a hummingbird.
I-
You got a hummingbird. Hummingbird.
Hummingbirds are all joy.
All
there you
joy.
go.
Look how lucky you are.
I think that Teddy's a butterfly. Because she's afraid of them.
Oh, really?
That's a rebirth. That's a rebirth of life. Yeah.
I hate butterflies.
She
I have
doesn't
a
like
horrible
butterflies.
fear of them.
We had a butterfly. Somebody brought us a butterfly in the studio, and it hatched, and we had to get it outside. And this one ran for the hills.
Whoa.
Well, Freddie released it inside the building, like inside the
I didn't
room.
release it. She
Oh,
released
I'm
it.
sorry, Dawn
We
released
released it
it.
inside the building, and she was terrified.
We didn't know.
Butterflies are auspicious. They're like because
Suspicious?
They, auspicious.
What is auspicious?
Auspicious is like kind of spiritual or holy because they come from the caterpillar. So it's like if you think about the story, it's like the caterpillar doesn't know what it's going to become. It's going to all of a sudden be able to fly. Like, and we also have that potential within us. Like we don't know how high we can go. And it's a very auspicious. It's a symbol of unlimited potential.
How in the world can a caterpillar not know it's going to turn into a butterfly?
Isn't that such an interesting question? It's like us. How do we not know that our potential is to be self-realized? But we don't know that.
You know, I'm not going to sleep tonight.
So you have to think about it.
No, I'm going to go find me a caterpillar and ask it, how do you know you're not going to be a butterfly?
You're gonna talk to the caterpillar?
Well,
You
that's
might
like
get
the
you're gonna
bumblebee,
get an
right?
answer.
So maybe you're gonna become a butterfly, no longer a snake.
No, I'm a
You're
snake.
gonna-
No,
Yeah.
take it easy.
No,
That's
in his
it.
past
Once a
life,
snake, always
it's
a
gonna be a
snake.
butterfly.
Oh, so you can
No, and then
switch.
she tried to back up and she started saying all these nice things. No, no.
Well, look at all the good
It's
things
the
everybody
first-
said about the snakes.
Look at all the good things that
It's
are
not
happening
about
here.
that thing.
Watch it, because I'm going to bite you in the ankle. Now, let me ask you, a butterfly is interesting because is that the only species that goes from one species to another?
That's a good question.
Is there anything else that does a cocoon and comes out of something else?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Hector?
Mosquito. A mosquito.
Any type of bug that starts as a larva, so wasps, mosquitoes, yeah.
A wasp is in a
termites.
larva? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
wasps have not cocoons, they're called something else, I don't remember what it's called. But yeah, it's a similar life cycle. Yeah, chrysalis. Wasps come from chrysalises.
And bees also? Because they're in the
No, bees I
lava?
think come out as bees. But like termites and a lot of things have larvae.
On that note, let's give us some information. That's lovely to think about.
That's
See,
a
how can
homework.
people find you and all of your delicious food?
Well, you can reach me at 561-629-0593. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Chef Zlicious with a Z.
The most delicious food.
Now, is it
Delicious.
only vegan or anything?
No, I pretty much do everything you want. So there's no limit. So you want vegan, non-vegan, you can call me. So I'm fine with that. Whatever.
And
you
you
want me to make.
cater?
I catered. I do parties. I do one-on-one. I do romantic dinners. Valentine's coming up pretty soon. Also, after the holidays, you want to detox, you can call me and I'll guide you what to do, detoxing, juicing, and food, and whatever it is you need.
I'm back
And
on
service.
And as seen on CBS and NBC and everything else, she's here now.
Something like that.
And Nicole, how do people find you? And where are you teaching? What are you doing?
Where am I teaching? What am I doing? I'm teaching here at Dancing Lion Studio in Delray on the 21st. I'm doing a miracle making workshop. And you can find me on Facebook and Instagram, Nicole Michal, Michal is how you spell the last name. Nicole is just Nicole.
There you have it.
Yeah.
What a week. You guys, fantastic job. Teddy, Hector, Tiffany, welcome back. Welcome, Aaron, and I think everyone else. Welcome, Fernando. It's your first week as well.
DJ
Remember,
Spark.
it's
DJ
Friday.
Spark.
It's Friday.
It is Friday.
Social, cultural Friday.
Have a little fun,
And
right?
the body knows. Like the body jumps when it's Friday. My
Body
body
knows,
changes.
it jumps.
It sounds.
To our
yeah.
new friend Lewis and Daisy, thank you for everything that you do, and to all our crew.
What a fitting end to today. Didn't I tell you I want to have fun today?
We needed
And we
a
had
fun
a great
day.
time. We had fun today. All right.
We're gonna
right there.
have a great day, everyone. Be kind to each other. We'll see you Monday, same time, same place, back in our Boca Raton studio, and
Don't be late.
bye-bye.
All right.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and